तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम तत्सत। हरि ओम तत्सत। हरि ओम तत्सत। सो अष्टावक्र गीता और अष्टावक्र संहिता, the last chapter we are discussing, and in that we are discuss the 4 stanzas from the 20th chapter। 20वें प्रकरण के 4 श्लोक हमने लिखे थे, अभी 5वां श्लोक से शुरू करेंगे। सो 5th श्लोक, क्व कर्ता क्वच वा भोक्ता निष्क्रियं स्फुरणं क्व वा क्व अपरोक्ष फलं क्व निस्वभावस्य मे सदा। निस्वभावस्य मे सदा is the key word in this particular shloka. Nisvabhavasya. Nisvabhavasya means one who has lost his individuality, really. One who has lost, one who has become impersonal, one who has lost individuality, one who is devoid of natural tendencies, अहम भाव रहित जो हो चुका है, उसको निस्वभाव। सो मैं, जनक कह रहे हैं कि मैं निस्वभाव हो चुका हूं और सदा के लिए। इन समाधि ऑल्सो वन कैन बिकम निस्वभाव, बट दैट इज टिल द समाधि लास्ट। ही हैज बिकम निस्वभाव फॉर एवर। सो एंड for the one who has lost individuality, one who has become niswabhava, one who has become aham bhava rahit, there is no karta, no bhokta। क्व कर्ता क्वचवा भोक्ता। अभी कौन करता है कौन भोगता है, जब इंडिविजुअली नहीं है तो कौन करने वाला कौन है, करता कौन है, भोगने वाला कौन, भोक्ता कौन है। निष्क्रियम। निष्क्रिय really means is it a state of total cessation of chitta vrittis? It is not even that. It is not really cessation of chitta vrittis, cessation of thoughts or vrittis. Then are there thoughts? Spuranam kvava. Even there are no thoughts arising in my mind. No rising of thoughts, no cessation of thoughts. So if there is no rising of thought, if there is no cessation of thought, it is aparoksha anubhuti. Qua aparoksha? Aparoksha means something which is beyond mind and senses. The highest knowledge you get in what is known as aparoksha anubhuti. जो साधु पुरुष होते हैं उनको अपरोक्ष, it is intuitive knowledge. So is it aparoksha anubhuti? He said not. It is not even aparoksha. What aparoksha? And it is not fruit of knowledge also. Phalam vakva. It is not the result of sadhana or phalam. So kwa aparoksha phalam vakva nisvabhavasya me manaha. So for the one who has lost individuality, there is no doer, no enjoyer, there is neither cessation of modifications of mind, chitta vrittis, nor arising of thoughts. There is neither direct knowledge, aparoksha anubhuti, nor worldly knowledge. So, a very tremendous state he is describing. तो जनक महाराज कह रहे हैं कि वो निस्वभाव हो चुके हैं। मन, बुद्धि, अहंकार, ये स्वभाव होता है हमारा। स्वभाव में हमारा मन, हमारी बुद्धि, हमारे अहंकार, दैट बिकम्स अवर कैरेक्टर, दैट इज अवर स्वभाव। तो ये मन, बुद्धि, अहंकार रूप स्वभाव ही अभी नहीं रहा है, और क्योंकि मन ही नहीं रहा है, चित्त वृत्ति भी नहीं रही है। When there is no mind, where is the question of modification of mind? Chitta vrittis. So there is no mind, there is no modification of mind. So if there is no modification of mind, Is it a state of beyond the mind, what we call as aparoksha anubhuti? Not even that. It is not even direct state of knowledge. तो क्योंकि अपरोक्ष अनुभूति में भी अनुभूति लेने वाला कोई चाहिए. Aparoksha anubhuti is the highest state of consciousness, you can say, but then that also comes to an individual. So अनुभूति लेने वाला, अपरोक्ष अनुभूति का अनुभव करने वाला कोई चाहिए. तो यहाँ अनुभव लेने वाला ही नहीं रहा. That is why Janaka is saying that ये इंद्रियातीत अपरोक्ष अनुभूति भी इसको नहीं कह सकते, क्योंकि यहाँ अनुभूति लेने वाला कोई नहीं है. और इसलिए ये उच्चतम अद्वैत स्थिति है. It is a non-dual state. It is the highest state of consciousness where there is no duality at all. तो आत्मज्ञानी पुरुष वैश्विक चेतना में ही होता है. He has become universal consciousness. He has no individual consciousness. He is a universal consciousness. और वो ब्रह्ममय हो चुका है. ब्रह्मविद ब्रह्मैव भवति. He has become Brahman himself. He is not separate from that highest state which we call as Brahman. So one who has lost individuality actually becomes Brahman. So Janaka has become that Brahman itself. We go to 6th sloka now. Kva lokaha, kva mumukshurva, kva yogi, jnanavan kvava, kva baddha, kvachava muktaha, swaswarupe aham advaye. So swaswarupe aham advaye. One who is establishing non-duality. मैं स्वरूपावस्था में हूँ, मैं अद्वय स्थिति में हूँ, ऐसा जनक कह रहे हैं. स्वस्वरूपे अहम अद्वये. I am in that non-dual state, established in that non-dual state. So for such a person, kva lokaha, where is the world now? Kva mumukshurva, if there is no world, where is the question of getting moksha from the world, getting liberated from the world? If there is no, if you are not experiencing the world, where is the question of getting liberated from the world? So kva mumukshu, abhi wo mukshu means one who has intense desire for moksha is known as mumukshu. तो किसको मुमुक्षु भाव आएगा? जो जगत का अनुभव करता है उसको ही मुक्ति की भावना आएगी. सो अभी तो मुक्ति की भावना भी नहीं रही. कोई योगी, one who is mumukshu, he will do yoga sadhana for getting liberation. But when there is neither word nor desire for liberation, where is the question of a yogi now? Where is the question of getting liberated now? Jnanavan kvava. Who is a jnani now? Where is that man of enlightenment? There is kva baddha, kvacha muktaha. Where is the man of bondage? Where is the liberated person? All these things, kva baddha, kvachava mukta, swaswarupe aham advaye. Now I am established in that non-dual state. I am established in the self. और इस अद्वैत अवस्था में अब जगत कहाँ है? जगत से छुटकारा पाने वाला मुमुक्षु कहाँ है? साधना करने वाला योगी कहाँ है? ज्ञान के शिखर पर जानने वाला ज्ञानी कहाँ है? वह बद्ध जीव कहाँ है? वह मुक्त जीव कहाँ है? सो ऑल दिस टर्मिनोलॉजी इज इन ड्युअलिटी. In duality, all these terms which we have in loka, mumukshu, yogi, jnanavan. So Janaka has completely lost his individuality, as we saw in last sloka. Yes, he is no more an individual. That individual consciousness has lost. He is in universal consciousness. He is in Brahma consciousness. And he is not even the witness to the world. He is no more a witness to the world. No more seeker after liberation, no more mendicant performing intense yoga sadhana, not even a man of knowledge, because knowledge also presupposes duality, jnata and jnaya. We have seen that earlier also. Knowledge is also Knowledge is duality. There should be something which is to be known, which is known as Jnaya, and there should be the knower. So knower and the known, this duality is there in knowledge, and therefore he is in non-dual state. He has gone even beyond knowledge. So he doesn't exist as individual. Janaka is not even witnessing his body, mind, senses, individuality. And he is realizing that famous Mahavakya, Jivo Brahmaiva na Paraha. अद्वैत सिद्धांत का जो महावाक्य है, जीव ब्रह्मैव, जो जीव है वो ब्रह्म ही है, न अपरः, he is not separate from Brahman at all. So what Janaka is experiencing, I am infinite consciousness, I am Brahman. That is the experience which he is having, supreme experience. I am not individual, I am the totality, I am the whole, I am the infinite, I am the Brahman. So that is the experience of Janaka in this particular state. We shall go to the seventh mantra now. Kva srushti, kvacha samharaha, kva sadhyam, kvacha sadhakam, kva sadhakaha, kva siddhirva, swaswarupe ahamadvaye. Swaswarupe ahamadvaye. That is the constant thing. Because I am established in the Swarupa Avastha, I am established in Advaita Sthiti. He is in a non-dual state. He is established in the pure consciousness of the self. So for him now, where is the question of any loka or srushti? Kva srushti, kvacha samhara. Where is creation? Where is dissolution? Srushti is creation. Samhara is dissolution. So we are all those who are in duality, those who are experiencing the world. We are going through the cycles of उत्पत्ति, स्थिति and लय. Now वो संसार चक्र है, हमारे लिए संसार चक्र है, क्योंकि हम संसार में हैं. तो संसार में उत्पत्ति, स्थिति, लय. But one who has established in the self, where is the सृष्टि and where is the संहार? There is neither creation nor destruction. Kva sadhyam, kvacha sadhakam. Where is the goal? Where is the means? Sadhyam is the goal. So usually we say our goal is moksha, our goal is liberation, our goal is the highest consciousness. Now even that goal is not there, and therefore there is no means, there is no road, there is no path. Okay, so where are the means? Where is the goal? Where is the seeker? Kva sadhaka? Where is the seeker now? There is nothing like seeker after truth. He is not seeking anything at all. And where is the attainment? Kva siddhi? There is nothing to be attained. There is no person who is seeking that attainment. Why? Because swaswarupe ahamadvaye. He is established in the self, and therefore all these things are gone. So ये अद्वैत साधना के शिखर में होने के कारण साध्य और साधन ये दोनों अभी नहीं रहा है. अब न साधक है, न साध्य है, न सिद्धि है, और ये सब के परे उस अद्वैत स्थिति में मैं स्थित हो चुका हूँ. This is the state where all dualities vanish and there is only silence. Actually, this is a state of silence which he is experiencing. Let us go to the 8th shloka now. Kva pramata pramanam va, kva prameyam, kva va prama, kva kinchid, kva na kinchid va sarvada vimalasya me. So in philosophy, these terms are very important. Pramata, pramanam, prameya, prama. In all the philosophies, pramata means the knower, ज्ञाता, उसको प्रमाता बोलते हैं. Okay, pramana, the means of valid knowledge is known as pramana. So pratyaksha, anumana, agama, pramana. We have listened to that. The means of knowledge, valid means of knowledge, is known as pramana. Prameya, that which is to be known, ज्ञेय, जो जानना चाहते हैं, So if we want to know Atman, Atman becomes Prameya. Brahman becomes Prameya. Purusha becomes Prameya. Whatever we want to know is known as Prameya. In science also, you want to know about the world, that becomes Prameya. And Prama means knowledge itself is known as Prama. So Pramata is the knower. Pramanam is the means of knowledge. Prameya means that which is to be known, Gyeya, and Prama is knowledge. All these things are not there. All these things are in duality. ज्ञाता और ज्ञेय ये तो द्वैत में ही आता है। तो अभी वो कहते हैं कि हमारे लिए कोई प्रमाता नहीं है, कोई प्रमाण नहीं है, कोई प्रमेय नहीं है, कुछ है ही नहीं। क्व किंचित, क्व न किंचित, अभी है क्या जो जानने लायक है? तो है क्या अभी जानने लायक? तो उसका मतलब कुछ भी नहीं है क्या? न किंचित, शून्य है, शून्य भी नहीं है, जानने लायक भी कुछ नहीं है। क्व किंचित, क्व न किंचित हुआ, अभी ये भी नहीं मैं कह सकता हूं कि सब कुछ कुछ, देयर इज नथिंग। आई कांट से देयर इज समथिंग, बिकॉज आई एम एस्टैब्लिश इन दैट प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस। सर्वदा विमलस्य में, विमल मीन्स प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस, मल रहित चैतन्य, शुद्ध चैतन्य में। सो जनका स्टेट इज बियॉन्ड even the supreme knowledge, because these are pramata, pramana, prameya, prama, they are for the sake of knowledge. He has gone beyond knowledge. जनक महाराज शुद्ध चैतन्य स्वरूप हो चुके हैं और यह स्थिति में वो ज्ञान से परे हो चुके हैं, क्योंकि किसी भी ज्ञान प्रक्रिया में ज्ञाता, ज्ञेय और ज्ञान ये त्रिपुटी होती है। सो मेनी टाइम्स वी हैव डिस्कस दैट। ज्ञाता, ज्ञेय, ज्ञान ये त्रिपुटी हमेशा रहती है, और इस त्रिपुटी के परे जो कुछ है, ये त्रिपुटी के परे कुछ है ऐसा भी नहीं कर सकते, नहीं ऐसा भी नहीं कर सकते। We can't say that there is something beyond knowledge. We can't say, because then it becomes unknowable. We can't say that there is something beyond knowledge. We can't say वो अनिर्वचनीय है, वो जो भी कुछ है वो अनिर्वचनीय है। तो इसलिए न किंचित न अकिंचित, किंचित अकिंचित दोनों ही नहीं है, क्योंकि वो स्थिति अनिर्वचनीय स्थिति है। इट इज इनइफेबल स्टेट। लेट अस गो टू श्लोक नंबर 9। क्व विक्षेपः क्वच एकाग्र्यं, क्व निर्बोधः क्व मूढ़ता, क्व हर्ष क्व विषादो वा, सर्वदा निष्क्रियस्य में, सर्वदा निष्क्रियस्य में। So I am forever, I have become totally nishkriya, totally inactive. So where is distraction, vikshepa? Where is the question of chitta vikshepa? There is no chitta. Vikshepa means distraction. Vikshepa means distraction. If there is no distraction, are you focused? Are you having that ekagrata? Kvacha ekagram. There is no focusing also. There is no ekagrata also. Ko nirbodha, you become totally silent, full of knowledge, nirbodha. It is not even that. Kocham, that means, are you dull? Mudhata, क्या आप मूढ़ हो चुके? So these are the states of mind which have been described in yoga also. In पातंजल योग सूत्र व्यास भाष्य में पहले सूत्र पर ही मन की 5 अवस्थाएं बादरायण व्यास ने बताई है। क्षिप्त, विक्षिप्त, मूढ़, एकाग्र, निरुद्ध। तो मन ये 5 में से एक अवस्था में होता है हमेशा। Our mind is can have these 5 states of consciousness. It can be kshipta, that means chanchala, distracted mind. So that is vikshepa, mind running here and there. We always experience it. That is called kshipta. Then moodha means very dull mind, full of tamas, not able to think at all. Very dull mind. That is moodha. Then vikshipta, it is oscillating type of mind, because it oscillates between sattva guna and rajo guna. So It seems to get concentrated, but gets concentrated for worldly things. It is called Vikshipta Mana. Okay. And Ekagra, focus mind. If there is more Sattva Guna, mind can focus more. So it can become one-pointed mind. That is called as Ekagram. And if there is a balance of Trigunas, then mind can become silent. So now what he is telling is, I am in none of these states of mind. न विक्षेपः क्वच एकाग्रम क्वच निर्बोधः क्व मूढ़ता. और अगर मन ही नहीं है तो क्व हर्षा क्व विषोदावा. If the mind is functioning, then I have happiness, I have misery. Where is the happiness and misery if there is no mind? Sarvada nishkriyasya me. That is because I am in a state of no mind at all. I have become actionless. Nishkriyasya me. So, different states of mind are due to the sway of sattva, raja, tamo guna. सत्व रज सत्व गुण ज्यादा होगा तो दैट विल बी फोकसिंग. रजोगुण ज्यादा होगा तो चंचलता आएगी. तमोगुण ज्यादा आएगा तो मूढ़ता आएगी. So because of the sway of gunas, the mind has these different states. If there is perfect balance, then we can come to a state where there is the mind is not functioning, but it is full of knowledge. He has gone even beyond knowledge, beyond prakriti. He has gone beyond reflection of consciousness, and therefore he is he is in pure consciousness. That is what we can say. So in case of realized person like Janaka, all mental activities have vanished forever. Sarvada nishkriyasya me. All mental activities, they are sarvada nishkriya. Sarvada, at all times. You know, this is the difference between yogic samadhi and what he is talking about. In yogic samadhi also nishkriyata comes. But if you come back from samadhi, your mind functions as usual. Now forever, mind has stopped functioning. Sarvada nishkriyasya me. If there is no mind, there are no vrittis, and therefore no experience, and therefore he is beyond knowledge. Nirbodha sthiti vahi hai. So that is what a beautiful state he has mentioned. Let us go to 10th shloka. Kvachaisa vyavaharo va kvachasa paramarthata kva sukham kvachava dukkham निर्विमर्शस्य में सदा. निर्विमर्शस्य में सदा. One who is beyond thoughts. Nirvimarshasya. I am beyond thoughts now, and therefore where are the worldly activities? व्यवहार करने के लिए तो मन में विचार होने चाहिए. व्यवहार विचार के सिवा व्यवहार नहीं होता. Any action is always preceded by thought. Without thought there cannot be action. So there is no vyavahara. Kvachasa paramarthata. So your vyavahara stops. So are you after that spiritual sadhana or something paramarthata? There is no paramarthata also. There is no spiritual activity, spiritual sadhana. So where are worldly activities, vyavahara, and where is seeking for absolute paramarthata? Kva sukham kvachava dukkham. Where is pleasure and pain? For me who is beyond thoughts. So जनक जी कह रहे हैं कि वे सदा के लिए विचारों के परे स्थित है, और ऐसे संत को कोई व्यवहार नहीं रहता है, कोई परमार्थ नहीं रहता है, कोई सुख नहीं है, कोई दुख नहीं है. तो ये जो स्थिति है वो जैसे बताते हैं ना कि भगवान विष्णु क्षीर सागर में शेष नाग पर योग निद्रा में स्थित है. So that is one of the aspects of Vishnu. Vishnu is lying down on that great serpent which is known as Shesha Naga, and he is in a state of yoga nidra. He is aware of everything which is happening in the world. Not even a blade of grass moves without his awareness. But he is not taking part in anything in the world. He is not affected by anything which happens to the world. तो सुनामी भी जो आ जाए तो उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, वट एवर में भी हैपनिंग, उसके लिए कोई व्यवहार ही नहीं है जगत का. सो दैट इज दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ ए स्टेट ही हैज नाउ, जनका हैज. लेट अस गो टू 11 श्लोक. क्व माया क्व च संसारः क्व प्रीतिः विरति क्व वा क्व जीवा क्व च तद् ब्रह्म सर्वदा विमलस्य मे. सर्वदा विमलस्य मे has come again. One who is ever in pure consciousness. One for me, vimalasya me, for me who is in pure consciousness forever. Kwa maya, where is now maya for me? Where is the illusion for me? And the experience of the world is because of maya only. संसार कहाँ है? संसार literally means ये उत्पत्ति स्थिति लय का चक्र, और वैयक्तिक स्तर पर जन्म मरण का चक्कर, यही संसार कहते हैं. सो व्हेन देयर इज नो माया, I get experience of the world because of Maya only. When there is no Maya, there is no samsara. Where is the, and if there is no samsara, kwa priti virati kvava. Where is the attachment, priti? And where is detachment, virati? There is neither attachment nor detachment. Kwa jiva, kvachatad brahma. Where is the question of jiva and brahma? Because jiva brahma eva na para. अब जीव ब्रह्म ये द्वैत भी अभी नहीं रहा है. दैट इज वाई. सो व्हाट ही सेइंग, शुद्ध चैतन्य रूप मुझ में अब माया नहीं है, जगत नहीं है, आसक्ति नहीं है, विरक्ति नहीं है, ब्रह्म और जीव ये भेद भी अभी नहीं है, क्योंकि जीव अब ब्रह्म हो चुका है. सो माया, अविद्या के वजह से माया आती है. इफ देयर इज इग्नोरेंस देन देयर इज माया. आत्मबोध न होने के कारण जो जीव ये माया के प्रभाव में आता है, और माया के प्रभाव में आता है इसलिए जगत का अनुभव करता है. जगत का अनुभव करता है इसलिए प्रीति और विरति ये भावना में आती है. अटैचमेंट एंड अवर्शन कम्स. सो ऑल दिस हैज वैनिश फॉर वन who is established in the self. Sarvada vimalasya me. He is established in that pure consciousness. So all these experiences of the world have vanished for him. Let us go to 12th stanza now. Kwa pravrutti nivrutti wa kwa mukti kwacha bandhanam. Kwa mukti kwacha bandhanam. Kutastha nirvibhagasya swasthasya mama sarvada. Very important words he has used. Kutastha. Kutastha means one who, the immutable self inside is known as Kutastha. Unchangeable Atman is known as Kutastha. And it is Nirvibhagasya. Nirvibhagasya, something which cannot be divided. जिसका भाग नहीं. Nirvibhagasya means something which cannot, which is indivisible. Individual, something which cannot be divided. Okay. Swasthasya, swastha. Swastha means established in the self. Swastha means something which is established in the self. और ये स्वस्थ शब्द से ही स्वास्थ्य ये शब्द आ गया है. हम बोलते हैं स्वास्थ्य के बारे में. So actually, according to our philosophy, one who is swastha enjoys swasthya. Literally speaking, completely healthy is yogi or jnani only who is established in the स्वस्थ. जो स्वस्थ होता है उसको ही स्वास्थ्य पैदा होता है. स्वास्थ्य, one who is perfect, in perfect health. Who is in perfect health? One who is having swasthya, one who is established in swa. Okay, so that is how he is established in swa. And when you are established in the self, where is the question of pravrutti and nivrutti? You know, there are two kinds of people, pravrutti margi, nivrutti margi. What is pravrutti? Tendency to go towards the world. जो जगत के प्रति आकर्षित होते हैं उनमें प्रवृत्ति ज्यादा होती है. जो जगत से निवृत्त होना चाहते हैं, जगत से छुटकारा पाना चाहते हैं, वो निवृत्ति होती है, विड्रॉइंग फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड. सो टू टाइप्स ऑफ पीपल, गेटिंग अटैच्ड टू द वर्ल्ड, getting withdrawn from the world. Now, since there is no world, if I am establishing myself, if I am not seeing the world, where is pravrutti and nivrutti? Kab pravrutti, nivrutti va kwa mukti kwa cha bandhanam. If I am not at all seeing the world, where is the bondage and where is the liberation? So for such person, there is neither liberation, neither mukti. I am establishing myself. Kutastham achalam dhruvam. So I am established in that immovable self, and therefore there is neither pravrutti nor nivrutti. तो जनक महाराज कह रहे हैं कि वो हमेशा के लिए स्वस्थ है. He is established in the self forever. इसलिए उनमें न प्रवृत्ति है, न निवृत्ति है, न बंध है, न मोक्ष है. वो अखंड आत्मज्ञान में स्थित है, निर्विभाग से, अखंड, forever, without any khandana. He is established in the self. Now let us come to the 13th sloka. Okay. Kopudesha, क्व वा शास्त्रम, क्व शिष्यः, क्व च वा गुरुः, क्व चास्मि पुरुषार्थो वा निरुपाधे शिवस्य में. A very beautiful term has been used in the end. Nirupadhe Shivasya me. Shiva means pure consciousness is really called as Shiva. Nirupadhe Shiva means only pure consciousness called Shiva. When we say Shiva, we see Shiva with upadhi. Upadhi means attributes. If I ask you to imagine Shiva, probably you will imagine a deity which is sitting there on Kailasa Mount, कैलाश पर्वत पर बैठे हुए, जिनके गले में नाग है, जिनके एक हाथ में डमरू है, दूसरे हाथ में त्रिशूल है. So that is what the picture which we get in front of our eyes. That is Shiva with attributes. उपाधि सहित शिव, ये शिवा की उपाधि है. उपाधि सहित शिव is really saguna swarupa of Shiva. Okay, Shiva has a duty. That is what Shaivites, they worship that kind of Shiva. There can be symbolic representation of Shiva. In Shivalinga, it is a symbolic representation of Shiva. शिवलिंग, हम जब शिव के मंदिर में जाते हैं तो वहां कोई मूर्ति वगैरह नहीं होती है, वहां केवल शिवलिंग होता है, which is a combination of Shiva and Shakti. You know, that is what the Kashmiri Shaivism, it talks about combination of Shiva and Shakti together. So Shiva and Shakti have combined together, and there is a very beautiful sloka which I remember. Vagarthaiva sampruptau वागर्थ प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वंदे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ. How they are together, Shiva and Shakti? Vag arthaiva. Just as the word and the meaning of the word are always together. Vag arthaiva samprukto. Just as the word and its meaning is always together. Vag artha pratipattaye. They come after. The moment you chant the word, the meaning follows. Like that, Shiva and Shakti follow each other. They are samprukta. That is why Ardhanari Nateshwara. That is what Shiva has been called. Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau. So that is the Shiva which we talk about. And out of that Shiva, the whole world has come out. You know, one day when I was in US, I talked to you about Fritjof Capra, who has written Tao of Physics. And when he was sitting at Santa Cruz in USA, there is a very beautiful sea beach. which is known as Santa Cruz Sea Beach. And he went into Samadhi and he saw dance of Shiva, which he has really explained in that book. He saw that the whole world is nothing but dance of Shiva. He had that vision कि पूरा जो विश्व है वो शिव तांडव ही है. All the atoms and molecules, they are dancing together. It is the dance of Shiva he is describing. It is the rhythm of the universe he is talking about. That is why through the Damru, through that rhythm, the whole world comes into existence. That is what happens when Shiva does the Tandava. And therefore the variety emanates. That is the Shiva Rupa with Upadhi. That is Upadhi Janya Shiva, which we are talking about. But here, Nirupadhe Shivasya me. Nirupadhika Shiva means it is only pure consciousness. He is not saying about a deity Shiva. He is not saying about worship of Shiva. Nirupadhe Shivasya means with pure Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. He is talking about that pure consciousness which is known as Shiva. And he is establishing that pure consciousness. Shiva also means purity. Nirupadhe Shivasya in this particular verse means Shiva without any attributeless consciousness. Consciousness without any attributes. And when that is there, Ko Upadeshaha, where is now advice? Where are the scriptures? Ko Shastram va? There is neither any scripture for me now, nor any instruction for me. Ko Shishya, Kvachava Guru, who is the disciple and who is the teacher? Kvachasti Purushartho. Where is the goal? Where is that Purushartha? Nirupadhe Shivasya me. I am establishing that pure consciousness and therefore मैं उपाधि रहित शुद्ध चैतन्य हूँ. मैं चिदानंद रूप शिव हूँ. अब मेरे लिए शास्त्र कहाँ है, उपदेश कहाँ है, गुरु कहाँ है, शिष्य कहाँ है, अब कौन सा पुरुषार्थ है मेरे लिए. So this is what now it doesn't mean there is nothing like philosophy, there is nothing like Shastra or anything. What happens is actually, this is what happens. ये जो महापुरुष होते हैं ना, जैसा बुद्ध है, जैसे महावीर है, या अष्टावक्र हिमसेल्फ इज देयर, वो प्रकाशमय हो जाते हैं. दे आर लाइक द सन. और सन का प्रकाश जिस प्रकार पूरे जगत में जगत को प्रकाशित कर देता है, जगत में उजाला लाता है, ऐसे उनके होने मात्र से शास्त्र पैदा होते हैं. It is because of the very existence of Buddha that Shastra. Buddha did not really write the Shastra or anything. Neither Mahavir wrote. It is the disciples who listen to them and ask questions, and that is how the Shastra originated after the Buddhatva. Just as when the sun is there, because of the sun rays, illumination occurs everywhere. Like that, because of their existence, आत्मज्ञानी पुरुष शास्त्र अपने आप वैसे ही पैदा करता है जैसे सूरज के सूरज किरण निर्माण होते हैं. सो वैसा शास्त्र निर्माण होता है, उपदेश निर्माण होते हैं, साधना पद्धति निर्माण होती है. दैट इज बिकॉज it is a natural spontaneous process after illumination. They are not really establishing a theory or establishing a process or anything. तो इसलिए अष्टावक्र, बुद्ध, महावीर और ऐसे जो ज्ञानी पुरुष है, उनके उपस्थिति में अपने आप ज्ञान का प्रकाश फैल जाता है और शास्त्र निर्माण होते हैं और उनका जीवन ही उपदेश हो जाता है. Their life itself becomes the Upadesha. So that is the beautiful 13th shloka which we have seen. And now we come to that last shloka, the 14th shloka. क्वचास्ति क्वचवा नास्ति, क्वास्ति चैकम क्वद्वयम, यम बहुनात्र किमुक्तेन किंचिन्नो तिष्ठते मम, किंचित न उत्तिष्ठते मम. So where is now asti, where is nasti, where is existence, where is non-existence. अब अस्तित्व के बारे में भी क्या कहा जाए, अस्तित्व है कहा जाए न कहा जाए. वो एकत्व ऐसा है कि उसमें नाइदर यू कैन, अस्ति नास्ति उभय अनुभय इति चतुष्कोटि विनिर्मुक्तम शून्यत्वम. That is what is said. So where is now asti or nasti? Kwacha ekam, kwacha dvayam. Where is now discussion about duality and non-duality? Where is non-duality and duality? Where is the discussion? With whom I am going to discuss this? Bahunatra kimuktena. Nothing remains to be told. क्या मैं बोलूं, अभी कुछ बोलने लायक अभी रहा ही नहीं है. बहुनात्र किमुक्तेन. What more can be said? किंचिन्नो उत्तिष्ठते मम. Nothing originates from me. I don't feel like saying anything at all. This is the state of perfect mauna. This is the state of perfect silence. Always that perfect silence. Mau. इसलिए मुनि यानी one who has attained to that mauna is called as muni. That is why Buddha doesn't talk anything about philosophy at all. Buddha's silence is a mystical silence. All the Mahapurushas, they have become totally silent after certain time. तो उनके लिए अस्ति नहीं है, नास्ति नहीं है, एकत्व और द्वैत का कोई द्वंद्व नहीं है. बोलने लायक उनके पास कुछ है ही नहीं. अंदर से कुछ स्फुरित ही नहीं होता है. स्फुरणम, देयर इज नो स्फुरणम. न किंचित उत्तिष्ठते मन. So there is nothing, no, nothing. They don't feel like talking at all. So, but their existence tells everything. Gurostu maunam vyakhyanam, shishyastu channa samshaya. When such Ashtavakra is just sitting, you sit near them and you automatically get everything without their talking. Gurostu maunam vyakhyanam. They transfer everything through silence. So that is what he is saying. So with that, this beautiful text which we took, I think for a very long time, we have been discussing Ashtavakra Gita, and it has most important thing is Ajatavada, which is not easy for digestion. Ajatavada Siddhanta is the highest Advaita Siddhanta, which has been also told in by Gaudapada Acharya in Gaudapada Acharya's Karika, and also in Yoga Vasishta you find Ajatavada. These are the three important texts which talk about Ajata, theory of non-origin. Nothing has originated at all. That we feel origination, उत्पत्ति स्थिति लय, यही हमारा भ्रम है. Nothing has originated. So where is the question of any liberation or anything? That is the highest state they are talking about, and that can be attained only through silence, really speaking. So when you realize the self, then only you become totally silent and there are no questions at all. All the questions will get dissolved once you get established in the self. So anyway, we have now finished the Ashtavakra Gita. So I will chant the Shanti Mantra, but after that, as usual, we can have question answers or any other discussion. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम तत्सत। हरि ओम तत्सत।